Operation Sindoor is not just a military doctrine. It's a message, it's a statement, and it's a word of caution to Pakistan that any misadventure will lead to a different response, a response that India will define. But will Pakistan learn a lesson? Can Pakistan actually be trusted? That's a question that's being raised by India repeatedly and raised again by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh as he asked, can a rogue nation actually be trusted with nukes? And today we ask, who has the nuclear button in Pakistan? I want to first play out those two important sound bites. First by Defence Minister, followed by External Affairs Minister, and then we come back and ask just that question. What happens to Pakistan's nukes?
पूरी दुनिया ने देखा है कि कैसे गैर जिम्मेदाराना तरीके से पाकिस्तान द्वारा भारत को अनेक बार एटमी धमकियां दी गई हैं। आज श्रीनगर की धरती से मैं पूरी दुनिया के सामने यह सवाल उठाना चाहता हूं कि क्या ऐसे गैर जिम्मेदार और रोग नेशन के हाथों में परमाणु हथियार सुरक्षित हैं? मैं दुनिया के सामने यह सवाल खड़ा करना चाहता हूं।
Our relations, our dealings with them will be bilateral and strictly bilateral. That is a national consensus for many years, and there is absolutely no change in that consensus that dealings with Pakistan will be bilateral. Talks with Pakistan. I think the Prime Minister made it very clear that the only talks with Pakistan will be on terror. That Pakistan has a list of terrorists who need to be handed over. They have to shut down the terrorist infrastructure. They know what to do.
Tara Karta, former Director, National Security Council Secretariat, joins me on the broadcast. Good to have you, Tara, on the show. I want to start by asking you, what do you make of those very strong, direct statements that have been made by India's top leadership, asking the world needs to now make sure that those nukes in Pakistan actually are in proper hands?
You know, actually, this is something I also felt for a long time, because I don't know any other nuclear state which indulges in this kind of thing which Pakistan does. Apart from terrorism, that is one chapter. The second is every time they feel threatened, they'll start shouting nuclear. This happened in Parakram, it happened after Kargil, it has happened on one more occasion after that when they brought aircraft out, which supposedly for US satellites to see that the aircraft are there. So they keep doing this kind of nuclear, for want of a better word, a tamasha. So it's a kind of cry wolf scenario. I don't know when these guys actually mean it, right? So it's no other country, no other nuclear state in the world does this kind of thing. There is a certain stability in what they threaten or don't. Number two is, there is one very serious aspect. See, just after Balakot and things, about a year and a half later, their main strategist, their nuclear strategist, Khalid Kidwai, he came out with this doctrine saying we'll have ranges from 0 to 2,500. Now, the 2,500 I can still recognize. What do you mean by 0?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. So either it is a person carrying some kind of a device, you know, a terrorist, in other words, will then plant it somewhere.
Tara, nothing about Pakistan makes sense. And I guess that's the reason why this question is being asked. I want to then ask you this, that international supervision of Pakistan's nuclear weapons pile is something that the world needs. And how do we ensure that happens?
I think the world should have, to my logical reasoning, they should have woken up by now, but they haven't, obviously. I mean, Trump is saying we should all talk together and dinner together. I think we need to raise this, one, at the IAEA, and number two, at the UN, and number three, at the BRICS and other places. I mean, BRICS, sorry, not BRICS, any body which brings together the global south. And that is our job, to get the global south together and raise this, because if there is a nuclear accident, it's not just going to affect us, it's going to affect countries all around India. You know,
exactly.
It's a very dangerous thing. So these facts are known. I mean, the fact that the present DG, I mean, I just heard that the DG ISPR's father was the famous Sultan Bashiruddin, who
US designated global terrorist.
Yes, and he believed in jinns, and he wanted to have a nuclear weapon for the whole Muslim Ummah community. All that is okay. That is some time ago. fundamentally their doctrine is at fault.
Yes.
That is the problem. So, if as a nuclear state, you don't use that for stability like we do, we use nuclear weapons to prevent war. Pakistan uses nuclear weapons to prosecute war. That is the fundamental problem.
And
So
no amount of global outrage will change that till Pakistan is made to actually act.
Yes.
That is the
Yes.
point. No outrage is going to be enough on that note. Tara, thank you so much for joining me with that perspective.